Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown,
the unofficial sumo podcast
for official sumo fans.
Welcome to Grand Sumo Breakdown. This is Jake.
This is Mac.
And we have, again, improved our roster by replacing the other two regulars on the show and recruiting from Texas. Welcome back to the show, Justin Kizzart, boss of Dark Circle Sumo. How you doing, Justin?
Hey-o. I'm good.
Excellent.
A lot of helium in that air in there, it sounds like.
Hey, he should be riding high. The Consulate, we'll get into it, but he has the right to be riding high.
Absolutely.
Thank
100%.
you.
And then welcome to the show for the first time, Justin's Kohai. Thank you.
Kohai.
Ben Marquez. How are you doing, Ben?
Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm doing good. Glad to
How's
be
the
here.
knee?
It's
Yes, the
feeling
knee.
good. It's feeling good.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll talk about that. But Ben made a triumphant return to the ring after a long time out with a knee injury, and then banged up his other knee.
Just my luck.
Yeah.
Just my luck.
Exactly. But this one appears to be much less serious. So
Yeah.
But either way, good to hear that it's going all right. So, main topic for today, we're going to talk about the Consulates Cup. We teased it a little bit on our Basho preview. Go check that out if you like. By the end of it, I was a couple drinks in and just gushed about amateur sumo until they told me to shut
Rightly
up.
so, because if you weren't going to do it, I was.
Oh, I know. I think I was just a little bit more amped up at the moment, but not that Mac was any further behind me. But
I was like, oh, just oozing. I'm like, I want more. I want to do more. But anyway,
Yeah.
Can you believe that was a week ago?
No.
It does
I
not
know.
seem possible.
I know.
Holy cow.
Crazy.
If you had asked me yesterday, I would have said yes, because being back in the office after a vacation that also included amateur sumo was agony.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think this week I Sunday and Monday, like I just I don't know, had the kind of, what do you call it? Like I don't know, there's like the when you have an
adrenaline crash?
adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and,
the
and then you're
crash.
just like, oh, reality.
Yeah.
I
The
guess I
dopamine
gotta
crash.
work.
Yes, the
Yeah.
dopamine crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys,
I definitely had that.
You guys doing practice already right away this weekend, or what's up?
Yeah, and honestly, that's my only way to kind of like combat that dopamine dump is just get back to practice. And even though practice right after a tournament tends to be a bit lackluster, we were out at Zilker Park and just was doing a Butskari. And so that's, it's an essential thing, then something that I think needs to be incorporated in every practice now, so that people get their form while pushing and get their leg form. So we worked on that, got a lot of that in, and then and Wednesday was my birthday, so we ended a little early, and I went to dinner with my wife.
Nice.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
What
And
about
we'll
you,
have-
Ben? You, I know you had a doctor's appointment that seems to be going okay for that knee.
Yeah, so I kind of just been taking it easy this week. Resting the knee, lots of that. I found out I move a lot when I sleep because I've woken up on my stomach 3 or 4 times this week.
Ooh.
Not
he's,
the
do-
greatest.
he's doing sumo in his sleep.
I
Yes.
am, yeah.
Somebody.
But yeah, the
Utsukari, Teppo.
the knee has been feeling good throughout the week, so I'm happy to hear that. I had an appointment yesterday. Everything looked good. I got an MRI on Monday just to confirm everything's good. So like,
Gotcha.
we're looking pretty solid right now.
Excellent.
Yeah, because you had how long were you out with the other knee?
December.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tore it in October. I tore my ACL in October.
Oh, that's yeah.
That was
So-
the Houston. That was the Houston tournament, right?
So
No,
it was the week after the Met. The Miami
Yeah, I was gonna
Met.
say it was San Antonio.
Okay, the Met. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, the team tournament. That's right. We weren't necessarily following, at least on GSB. We weren't like full time covering stuff at that point. But I
Mhm.
do remember going back and looking at that and being like, oh, that's right. Ben does actually wrestle, because
Yeah.
otherwise, since I met you, yeah, you've been out. What was the extent of that original injury?
So the original injury was a torn ACL, very common to see in like football, basketball, and soccer.
Sure.
I've got bad knees from 10 years of football and then genetics, so it was
Sure.
bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time. Well, hopefully getting it, it was a box you had to check, and now we can move on from that kind of thing.
Exactly that. Yeah.
What brought you into sumo originally? Just again, because we've heard Justin's story. We don't, we don't even.
We're good. We're good.
I'm just here. This is star of the show.
We'll
Star of the
get to you
show
in just
over
a
here.
minute. We've got stuff loaded for you.
Give
Oh,
us,
no.
give us the Ben life story here.
All right. Yeah.
How did you? Because
It
your
all
brother
started
is also in the club.
Long time ago.
Yeah. But yeah, football was that like your original sport?
Yeah, so I started off playing football, played it, since I could walk almost. Started off, just like I always wanted to play college football. That was kind of my goal growing up as a kid, as one has as a Texas high schooler,
Sure.
So I went through playing football. I played offensive line my entire time playing football, so I've known how to defend my entire life. Then I did end up getting offered to go play college football somewhere.
Oh wow.
It was at like a Division II private college, and it was like with my scholarships, it was like another 50,000 in loans just to go for a year. And I was like, yeah, like that's probably not the smart idea. So I played.
But we gave you a
semi-pro.
scholarship.
Yeah,
You
no.
got a scholarship.
Yeah, scholarships solves everything.
Hey, Biden would have excused a nice little chunk of that right
yeah.
now.
I know.
That's a
I
good
was
point.
so mad when I saw that. I was like, damn, I should have done that.
I paid off the last chunk of mine at the beginning of the pandemic, so I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
I was gonna say, it took me it took me most of my adulthood to pay that off.
Mhm.
So hearing that, I was like, damn, where were you?
yeah. Like obviously, I'm super happy for all the people that it helped, but like, it would have been cool a little bit.
It would have
earlier.
been nice.
It was nice. Couple of years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so so that didn't work out. What'd you get into from that point? Was that the end of football for you?
I played semi-pro football for a couple of years,
Oh, cool.
and then I started my job. So I worked for the Texas Capitol for a little while, and we had like long periods of just downtime. And that's when I actually started getting into sumo wrestling. I was instantly drawn to Tochinoshin. That's my guy.
Gorgeous Georgian.
The gorgeous Georgian. And then I watched it. Pandemic happens, and about a year into the pandemic, I'm getting a tattoo with my tattoo artist, and he loves sumo also. He's been to Japan, he's watched it live. He goes, Ben, like, you got a great body for sumo, like your build, your reach, and your like legs. I'm like, I know, like I want to do it, like it looks fun. And then that's when I started just kind of Googling practice it, like sumo in America, to see if they had anything.
Sure.
And I initially found Justin's club, and I was like, well, are they still active? Like, I don't know. It was like the pandemic had been like a year in, so I was like, I wasn't sure. And then
we never stopped.
Exactly. So
We're always here.
Yes.
I remember
in the darkness.
in the darkness, in the shadows, where the shadows sleep. Yeah. But I told my mom one day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sumo practice. And she's like, sumo? We have sumo here? I was like, yeah. And then that's when I met Justin and joined the team. I gotta tell you, I was so nervous going for my first day. But like the second I saw Justin's like smile when like his face lit up when he saw there's a new heavyweight.
It is an infectious smile.
He was just in awe at the size of this new lad, and he's like,
yes. I was like, yes.
Like an absolute unit.
To be fair, I mean, we just, we were always like, our team was always lacking heavyweights, and so most of the guys were anywhere from at best at the bottom of light heavy and on down, and I'm just like, I don't know. I was like, we're in Texas. Where's the heavies? Where I need.
There's not a shortage of big boys.
No, there
in
are not
Texas,
a shortage
right,
of
Ben?
I know.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
it blew my mind. And then he walks in and like it was like that that Instagram on Instagram that
I want sumo.
thank
Yeah.
you.
So did you start it and drag your brother into it then, or the other way around, or?
So I started it. I went for a couple months. I was like, Sam, you got to do this. You got to do this. You're gonna have so much fun. And so I finally broke him down. And it was like the week after his birthday. He's like, let's go do this. I want to do this now. And from that point on, he was like really kind of on the fence. He was like, I don't know. He's like, this is your thing. Like, I don't really like want to, get involved in your thing. And I was like, no. And then one day he's like,
get over here.
exactly. I was like, no, you're coming with me. And so then one day he's like, you know what? Hey, me and Andrew want to do this also. So I was like, all right, well, come on, let's go. And then from there, I think him watching the Met is what got him into like competing and wanting to compete. And it's kind of what turned the whole family into a sumo family almost.
Seriously, the Marquez family is like the mascot family. Like
I got to meet your
his
mom this last weekend. And
your mom is awesome.
She's
funny that you
freaking
brought her
awesome.
up as being like, oh, what's sumo, I guess. And because like when I met her, she's like decked out. She had like the dark circle gear. She was yelling louder than anybody all day long. Yeah.
She has her own custom dark circle sumo shirt.
She did like a bleach spray kind of a style or something like that. Yeah, it looks awesome.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
For reference, when we say the Met, we're talking about the Mighty Eagle team tournament that was at hosted by Mighty Eagle in October last year. Check it out on YouTube on the Lone Star Sumo channel. But that one, real quick, one story on that before we move on. That watching that on that video, I mean, I'm sure it was even better being there. But in the open weight division, you beat Sean Jackson, one of the out of towners, and the whole place.
One of the shining moments.
Oh,
you earned that, and we were screaming at our screens.
Oh, I'm sure I brought that up on the show before, but that moment was like everyone in the room was like, "Yeah, the local guy beat the out of towner."
Chef's kiss.
Sean looked great all day long there too. So like that's so cool.
The tension in there was so thick you could cut it with a butter knife. It was.
I believe that.
Dude,
But yeah, so that injury, that injury last fall, winter. So I enjoyed getting to meet you in Vegas. That was a lot of fun. You were traveling, even though you weren't competing at the time. But what have you been doing to fill the time as the knee gets better over this spring and summer?
So a lot of physical therapy, a lot of working out. And then of course on the side, I'm enjoying my nerdy stuff, gaming and all that good stuff.
Right on.
Yeah. But no, I've been getting the crap kicked out of me at PT. They've been working me up right, and they have not relented on some of the stuff. So I'm like,
you can't let up on PT, man.
No, not at all.
I'm very happy that he did find a physical therapist that understood what the sport that he's doing, and understood, that is trying to get him back to the level of competing, and didn't just kind of like write him off and say, well, my goal is just to get you walking and get out of here. Like, so he's been keeping me updated, almost every other week with what he's doing, his regimen, and coming to practice. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. And we find things that he can do. Like, so we'll push a limit here and be like, okay, cool. You can do Suriashi, but not the hopping one. Okay. You can do, we can do this weight, but not this, he's, and I just love that he's, some people, they get an injury and then like, and they just, and that's it, but no, like his drive, his passion, his constant telling me, his goal was competing and doing well in the Consulates Cup.
Right.
So like, and he achieved that goal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I as a coach, like I appreciate that. And that, he sets a goal and he went for it and he showed up and showed out. So
you're a proud little sumo dad.
Yes.
Oh,
a proud Oyakata. A proud Oyakata.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this tournament was pretty well timed, because it was, like right around when you were able to compete again, right? So why don't we just walk through the divisions one by one? Just obviously, I would recommend anybody who didn't get to see it live or didn't watch it on YouTube live, go do that.
To that point, we are at over 1,000 views a week later, and you're over 1,000. Phenomenal.
I didn't look yet, but
Yes.
thank you for that. I didn't.
By
That's a
far,
nice
I
little
mean,
surprise.
the amateur tournaments here in the U.S. have done nothing but improve.
Yeah.
This tournament, in my opinion, has set the bar even higher.
Yes,
definitely.
we definitely this summer in Texas has been wild, especially with Corey kind of what was the phrasing I was using to tease you? Like he threw down the gauntlet of like, this is what a well-run, well-streamed, marketable
Mhm.
tournament looks like.
and I had to
Justin's
answer back.
Fine, I gotta
And
do at least
you
that.
did that, sir.
Yeah, so that the Cowboy Cup on the Dallas Sumo Club YouTube channel. Again, go watch that if you haven't. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
But I guess last warning for spoilers, but I say we just dive in, start
Yeah.
with the top.
Do it.
I'll say, well,
First, go ahead.
I do want to say one thing. Apparently, I guess the amount of views and what has come out of I don't know if the views have bumped us up in the algorithms or whatever, but there are going to be 4 new people at practice on Sunday. I've got people like calling my phone direct. They're like, "Is this Dark Circle?" And I was like,
Why, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hello.
yes, I am the darkest of circles.
I am
yes,
the Oyakata.
hold,
How can I
please.
help you?
Yeah. So I've gotten 2 calls. Two girls are they're like, cool. What do I need to wear? Like, do I need to sign up for class? I was like, nah, we're a little informal. Just show up.
Show
Like,
up, see if you like
Yeah.
it, and then buy a
Yeah.
Mawashi once you're ready to invest, right?
Yeah. Please buy a Mawashi. My loners are freaking everywhere. I swear to God.
Oh, man.
Anyway, so I just wanted to say that's this week. Like bringing me back up out of my dump.
It's
was
working.
just people
It's
like
working. It's
Yeah.
working.
Sumo is
Dude,
growing.
I want to do sumo. I want to do sumo. I'm trying to catch up to Corey. Shit.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
working.
I love that. I know he hasn't been around in Dallas running his club as long as some of the other clubs out there, but damn, is he elevating our PR game?
Yeah.
He is running it. He is running it. So sorry. So let's go. Let's
Well,
get
yeah.
into
Let's,
it.
let's start with the lightweights. First division of the day was women's lightweight.
Yep.
Which was simultaneously one of my favorite moments and
Mhm.
also was kind of a bummer because a couple of the participants or anticipated participants had the nerve to continue growing their families and got pregnant. So
Yes.
I know.
at the same time, you jerks.
I mean, they literally. So we've got two from San Antonio. And I know Caleb's happy, like you said. I mean, both
of
both
course we're
happy and
happy.
sad.
but
Yeah.
like, I did kind of want to see them wrestle some more.
Yeah, because Ketzel, we had Ketzel who
Mhm.
just came off of being on Team USA
Mhm.
for the Worlds, and she got pregnant within probably 2 weeks of the person who was a Gyoji, which
Mhm.
was Jessica Hopper.
Yep.
And so they're probably having their kids around the same time. So
Probably.
Yeah.
we're-
It was kind of
I'm-
a bummer because Jessica, she'd only been back for I think I'd only
Like
seen
a
her at
month
one
and a
tournament
half?
this
Yeah,
year or something.
yeah.
And
And she-
that
she
she's right
told
back
John.
up.
She told John, like as soon as she found out she got pregnant, she sent me a message. She was like, I yelled at John. I was like, now I can't do the Consulate.
You did this. I can't do sumo because of you.
Yeah.
I love that. I was like, okay, cool.
That was
It
it was funny because that was tongue in cheek. Also, my wife's excuse to not wrestle going down to Austin. Although it's a pretty good excuse because she's like halfway already. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
She's got the full bump.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
But we
the other thing that I thought was awesome about women's lightweight, because the 3 who ended up competing, we had 2 from Dark Circle and 1 from Mighty Eagle.
Yep.
Elizabeth Salazar, fresh off the world team, coming out of San Antonio. Liesl Rickhoff, Dark Circle, also a world team. And Eri Midorikawa, your bartender / women's featherweight at your camp, right?
Yep. She's our Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
San Antonio's got Mighty Mouse, but she's ours.
she's definitely the smaller of the mice. But
yes.
I just love her style. I love her sumo wrestling. It is elegant.
She has excellent form.
Yet, yes, excellent form. And she got a win. I was like, she got an actual win.
Yeah.
I was on my feet clapping with that. I was like, yes.
Everybody got excited. She was a little frustrated because she wasn't, because she wasn't nailing out wins. And hard part was me being the announcer. Coaching me wants to literally yell into the mic and just be like, come on, Eri, move.
Like, no, you have to be impartial.
I can't remember when it was, but like there was one point, probably like in the open weight when things were a little less formal, where you like stood up and were cheering for one of the matches.
Oh, I lost my shit
right in front of the camera.
Yes, in front of the camera. We're like, no, Justin, sit down.
It was the one where Ben was about to beat Angel, I think. And
okay.
And I was like, screw this announcement shit.
I was like, I'm getting in there. Yeah.
Drop the
mic. It was so close, and my all professional went out the window. I wanted to jump over that table.
I got to take this moment.
Yeah, I was trying to jump over that table.
The other real cool thing in women's the whole thing was cool. Everybody got wins, which was excellent, and like the sumo itself was pretty high level. It wasn't like. Sometimes with smaller divisions, it's, less developed, I guess, like there isn't as many people to practice against or whatever. That's not the case in women's. Well, actually any of the women's divisions, but lightweight in particular is wild. And
Liesl never stopped. She's ever since Worlds, like she's still hitting the gym. Like almost every other day, and so she is really for her sumo.
She's turning a corner.
She has hit a stride. She's really hit a stride, and it's not stopping. She's like, I'm taking nationals. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I believe her.
And I thought it was I really like this for her, especially because technically she was like the national champion this year because she was the only women's lightweight who showed up. So like it's kind of like tongue in cheek, like we're kind of teasing her, but it's also it is technically legitimate.
It is true.
Nobody else showed up. So for her to get like a competitive gold medal, like with multiple other like high caliber wrestlers in her division.
Yeah.
I like that. It
legitimizes it.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But definitely. No, so Liesl got first, Elizabeth got second, Eri got third. But yes, it was awesome to see everybody was wrestling well. Everybody got at least one win. Fun division.
Incredible wrestling from all of them.
Yeah. Liesl versus Eri is still like my number one
always
most anticipated matchup
in competition, in class, in practice, they go hard. Doesn't matter where we are. It's always fun to watch.
It's the healthy rivalry.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. It's clearly elevating.
You can tell.
Both of them.
You can definitely tell.
And I'm all for it because it pushes both of them forward.
Exactly. So men's lightweight, other than coach / tournament organizer Kizzart, this was like possibly the deepest field of lightweights I've ever seen live.
12. There were 12 fighters.
There were 13.
13?
Was there one pullout or something like that?
Oh, there is one. There was one pullout. Sorry.
Okay, that's right. I was like, wait a minute. I thought
there were a couple of there were a couple people that couldn't make it last minute due to travel issues.
Let me see.
It's a bummer there, but
Javon was the one that was that didn't show up.
But we did have Justin Jones, Trent Sabo. So that's
the caliber of this.
Yeah, exactly. So that's 2/3 of the world team, the third being on the desk. But we also had two-time running national champ Joe Ponsetto out of California was there. And possibly, in my opinion, the hottest American prospect.
Beer.
Edebo out of North Carolina. Holy hell. Wow. That kid
can sumo. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Lightweight was a scary division, I was like, thank God I'm not their weight.
Edibo took third in Vegas, which is the only other time I've seen him at a like a
that is his only other tournament.
I think so. Yes. Yeah. Other than that, he just trains with the other guys in North Carolina, which is clearly working.
Yeah, totally.
Because
he trains with Eric, so
right,
it's gonna be good.
Yeah. And we'll get to him as well in a minute.
Yes,
here,
also yes.
But no, Edibo beat JJ, he beat Trent. Let's see, what was
he beat Trent?
He beat Joe. Yeah, he beat Joe. He beat every other of the not that like these other guys are lesser wrestlers but like the actual like best guys in the country that I would have wanted to see him against. He got to beat all three of the other guys
and really significantly I mean, what I saw early on in him, but this tournament really, I think he's even stepped it up even more because he was a little green in Las Vegas, but there was potential. And I think he is really, he's been hitting me up and like, he's very cerebral. He's like, I've been studying the notes that you told me and this is that. I'm like, oh, Jesus, and like,
wait, you're studying?
Something, his fighting style is at a world level. I'm not, that's not to gas him up or anything. It's what I've observed, and seeing him at the Consulate Cup told me we have someone, because
there's something there. There's something.
We got potential here.
Yeah, lightweight men's sumo it's hybrid. It's becoming a hybrid, and it's not such traditional sumo anymore. It's a bit of it's this hybrid of catch wrestling and I mean, and he's got the thing, and I think me, JJ, we all on the side under, quietly said the quiet part to each other and was just like, this kid is the truth.
And he's a baby too.
And he's young.
The fact that he's this good, and I think we had to sneak him drinks at the bar. He was so young.
Jake, we can't admit to that.
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Allegedly.
In theory.
Yes.
In theory.
Thank you, Ben.
We would have to
have gotten drinks at the bar.
Yes, if he would have gotten drinks.
If he would have gotten them, we would.
If we were in Japan, he'd be of legal age.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
But we do have to keep moving. Unfortunately, we can't spend a half an hour on every division.
Yes.
Sorry. But
that kid.
No. But this is the problem. Consulate Cup was just so jam packed. There was so much goodness for 6 solid hours.
We do have one of the shorter divisions to talk about though, because women's middleweight / light heavyweight. What weight do they officially compete at? Do you know?
Well, that's the thing.
They kind of lump together a lot.
Yeah, because the one sister, I think Caitlin, was technically light heavy, but and then we had the other sister who was middle, and
Natalie?
I'm like, we got one in Natalie Jones, who, and then I had Christine. It was supposed to have been, and Christina Griffin is light heavy. So I just was like, well, this is silly. Like, Natalie came all the way down here. She's, I'm not going to just put her by herself. So I was going to lump those three were supposed to be together. JJ's wife, due to an emergency, couldn't come. So that bummed me out. But so it was just sister versus sister. Yeah. So they just went round and round and round.
I'm
Which
glad
is good. I mean,
good.
good practice. I mean, and obviously they knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah. And I saw the potential when Corey had posted, oh, we've got 2 new girls, and I'm like, fuck, finally Dallas has has women.
Yeah, all right.
That's one
so we
drove
drove
one of the
up.
few spots that Dallas hasn't covered yet is they need to fill that gap.
Their women gap,
yeah, and it was filled.
Absolutely. No, they both looked great for sure.
Yeah, saw them up in Dallas, and when we had it was a huge Degeko, and that's when I said, oh, you're not as green as I thought. Like, I'm seeing them go, and country corn fed, strong.
They definitely have that, I guess if it was in Iowa, I'd say like, oh, you got that like pig wrestling strength. Like, that kind of
you're not city folk. You're not city folk.
Yeah.
No, there's some country girls and it, they strong. I was okay. I was like, good job, Corey.
I hope to see them again soon. And I hope that, I hope that the trend continues. Like you said, you already got more girls that are interested. So
yeah,
so
more
that
competition.
Technically, the women's middleweight was just the two of them. They did 3 matches, and Natalie came out 3-0 over sister Caitlin.
Boom, boom, boom.
But Jones sisters, keep them in mind. Keep an eye out for them.
Definitely.
Watch them on Corey's Keiko. You can follow along with them.
Yeah, that's a good
Dallas
point.
Sumo.
Dallas has all sorts of practice videos out there, so hopefully them getting being pretty successful at the consulates will help them grow that roster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Dallas Sumo, though, light heavyweight so far this year has been Jared Tadlock's division.
Yeah, he took it.
So far.
And so far, exactly. And he's still got the title of the best light heavyweight in Texas. But
Eric
North Carolina can bring it as well.
Eric.
God, they're small, but it's quality over quantity. It's literally, I think, North Carolina has 3.
Yeah,
North
Tatcha
Carolina
is still one of the best. I keep trying to find okay, that one was good, but that was good. But then Eric just comes off the line. I'm like, oh my God, that was perfect.
Yeah. They brought home more medals than people.
Yes.
North Carolina, yeah, absolutely. And they combined for 2 losses all day long. But yeah, so Eric went 4-0. He's been on our show before. Go check out that interview. He is also hilarious.
Very funny. Oh my gosh,
he's a funny dude.
He definitely left a mark on those Texas light heavyweights as well, I guess you gotta raise the bar here a little bit.
Oh yeah. And he went extra ham at the after party.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, well, we did kind of.
I'd say he took home a medal for that.
He went. Yeah, he took.
Yeah, that's right. He took home another medal for that.
Yeah, and being a very strong arm wrestler.
Yeah,
I saw the photos of that.
I was like, I could barely beat him with 2 hands. I was like, what is going on? He was like just sitting there. He goes
to be one of those guys that's exactly. He's one of those guys. He's who is it that Matt Jim always talks about as like super like anaconda strength? I think Brandon McLeod, I think is who he was talking about. But like some
Brandon.
guys, like regardless of size, some guys just seem to be like made out of iron, And
because I think he was saying that Brandon just threw him like a rag doll.
Yeah, at the Cowboy Cup, Brandon McLeod, lightweight, just dumped Matt Jim, the heavyweight, like a sack of potatoes, and since then has been like,
it was 6'4", by the way. The heavyweight that's 6'4" and just built.
And Brandon McLeod is like 5'6".
I definitely
I don't know.
I look up to Brandon as like he's like the short guys. He's the best of the guys that are that short, and it's awesome as a guy.
He's the David to the Goliaths.
Yeah. As a guy who is also like barely 5'6" on a good day, I gotta give him a shout out that I appreciate seeing him doing well out there.
Oh yeah.
And third.
Wait, how do we get back on lightweight?
No, it's okay. Sorry. In third, back to light heavy.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Gordon Cooper.
Yeah.
That was he came out of. I mean, I've seen him at in the Dallas club, of course, he was definitely a dark horse. I wasn't expecting to be on the podium. Not, no offense. I'm just, I was just like,
it doesn't happen as rookies to the sport. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Unless
and so that was cool.
Well,
unless. But that's just to say that it is when it happens, it's worth
pay attention
to. It's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Corey's got one to watch, or one to watch, and Jared's always been watched. So
yeah. No, that's good though, because I know that Dallas has some heavyweights, but Jared and I think is it Albert maybe they don't have a ton of guys at light heavyweight.
Right.
That sweet spot in between their decent sized lightweight roster,
which for me is it's nuts because I think what's his name, Bubba Garza should be he should be in his build says he's light heavy, so I don't
sure
he's not a heavy.
Kind of smaller heavyweights, but they are
he is meant to be in light heavy. So Bubba, if you're listening,
drop those 2 pounds.
Let's shave off. He's I know he's barely skimming it there, and I just he belongs in light heavy. So
absolutely.
But
I
either
do
way,
wanna
though, oh, sorry, go ahead, Ben.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say real quickly. Gosh, all this was such a fun division to watch.
Mhm.
Like even while I was trying to get ready, oh my gosh, it was electrifying.
And we
Funny.
got to see your brother and your like
Yay,
spiritual
Andrew.
Spirit brother,
and other
Andrew
brother.
Tanabe.
Brother from
Yes.
another mother.
Brother from
Yeah.
another mother.
The
Yeah.
unofficial
honorary
third brother.
Marquez boy.
The
Yeah,
uno-
exactly.
yeah.
But yeah, so like we mentioned when we were talking about your history, yeah, you got your brother Sam into it, Sammy the Bull.
Mhm. Yes.
And his best friend slash,
Roommate
semi-permanent
now.
Marquez.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. Andrew Tanabe.
I like that Andrew wore his
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda under.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was looking at it going, oh my God, that's adorable.
It's
Then,
it's so Andrew. Like
Yeah.
if you guys get to know him, it's like he's just like this adorable, like just
Bit of a goof.
pure-hearted.
Yeah.
Goes with
yeah.
the flow. Like
I love those types of guys.
Yeah,
That's funny.
he's fun. So when he like does stuff, it's like it's like on those old sitcoms when like somebody does something funny and you're like, oh Andrew, and then like the audience laughs.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Ben, tell us what it was like seeing those two get to face off officially.
oh gosh, I love watching them go against each other every
Always.
single time.
Yeah.
It's like back to football days for those two.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. They go out there and they go beyond 100%. They go plus ultra. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they
Oh,
do
yeah.
that in practice, which is I'm like, you guys, 75%.
It's like, no,
75%.
throttle back.
No, it's 150 all times. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh man. But yeah,
Yeesh.
so they got to face off, and Sam did take it this time,
Sam took it.
which
Yeah.
left him in 4th place, I guess, just off the podium behind Gordon.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that like we were saying, that division belonged to Eric Wynn.
And also shout out to Adora.
Yes.
Adora from San Antonio.
Mhm.
Adora is a trans woman, but has not gone all the way through with the hormone therapies and stuff. And
Oh,
so
okay.
and so I was like, she has been amazing. Like I've definitely trained with her down in San Antonio.
She
And
traveled to
we've
the World
worked-
Games with that crew too.
Yeah.
I think that was.
Oh,
we
that was
partied.
pretty
I didn't know that.
We
She's
partied
all
hard,
in,
my
for
girl.
sure. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like she just she loves the sumo community. Like it was like no matter where I'm at, like I want to fight, we'll just figure out, we'll just figure it out. And I said, hey, you gotta be in men's light heavy, and she's like, fuck it, like, and
Sure.
still
As long as I get in the ring.
Did
yeah.
well,
showed
actually,
out.
for
I
being the first
know.
tournament. She did well.
no.
Absolutely.
So I was very proud of her because like we also, down in San Antonio, we had been working on a few things. Like the technique is like the strength and technique is there.
Mhm.
She just needs to like work on getting inside. Like she's got these crazy long arms.
She's
Yeah,
excellent
yeah.
reach. Excellent
Yeah.
reach.
But it's got like she's got to work that advantage from up under and inside.
Just
Mhm.
develop the
And-
sumo skills to
Yeah,
complement
yeah.
that.
But that'll
And
come.
I
That'll come.
was kind of, and again, Coach Justin, I was kind of like trying to yell that to her on her second match, and I'm just like, get that arm inside, you'll
Do the
change the
thing, do the
entire
thing."
position.
Mhm.
But she had a lot of fun, and I just love her, and we party hard. So
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah. Anywho,
Going out there,
on
no
to what do we?
Women's
We,
heavyweight.
Women heavy.
I do want to see if you guys have a copy of the kids bracket. I'd love to hear about that.
Okay,
I
talked
do.
about that,
Takes. Oh
'cause-
my God, I
Mountain
was
Dew
clapping
Eric.
so
Yeah.
hard.
I'll
for
do
that.
Eric.
In case Justin has to drop off,
No, it's
we
fine.
can talk about heavyweight and open weight after this. But I got to get your take on how you
Okay.
brought the kids division together and how you thought that went off.
So I really have to give it to Caleb. We had thought about it, and I just said, Caleb, this is, I with everything going on, I was like, I need you to run it. I reached out to some of the Japanese mother groups here in Austin, Texas, and they were excited, but I didn't see any of their kids there. But because it's Streamland, there were like it also, we made the announcement. We thought, oh, okay, I know for sure San Antonio brought 3. So I was like, okay, this is cool. But when I said, parents, if you're comfortable, please, bring your kids up. And some kids were kind of shy about it. And then out of nowhere, just, parents were like, my kid wants to do it. My kid wants to do it. It was like, and I'm just like, oh, like, what's your name? My name's Juan. And I'm just like, oh, come over here. And then I'm
Daisy.
Daisy.
Daisy. Oh.
Yeah, Daisy, Willa, like, oh my God. It was just too much cuteness, like all of them.
Cuteness? Did you not see Daisy stare down?
It was killer instinct.
Killer
instinct.
That girl is gonna kill somebody.
So we had 7 in the under 10, and then we had 6 in over 10. It was like 10 to like 15 or something like that. And their like female representation was very strong, and I was really happy that two of the medals were going third and second went to I think Willa
Daisy got third, Willa got second,
and then
Willa got second, and then the star of the show, the tiniest little dude who had all the heart and a just a
green,
shirt,
bright
green
the
shirt.
loudest
Mountain
shirt
Dew
of the day
Eric.
for sure.
We called him Mountain Dew. He was all about it. That little dude was hilarious.
The hero we didn't know we needed.
After the tournament, he goes like, I think we were already into like, heavyweight, and he just comes up to the table, just bold as ever, just was like, "Can I get up there and fight my brother?" I was like, you know what, Mountain Dew Eric, you go on up there and fight your brother. Go have fun.
Show him
He
who's
just
boss.
couldn't get enough. And
That's hilarious.
but also, I have to plug big shout out to Mr. John Jques in Hawaii, who actually donated the money so that I can get these kids those cool trophies.
Oh, okay, cool. That's where that came from.
That's where that came from.
That's
And so,
awesome.
and I even used some of it. Like some of the kids were like, I said, man, I went over to the Asahi booth and just said, please get your kid, something or whatever. Like if the ones that didn't win, I just say, hey, go get them,
get
them
snack.
something. Yeah, go and get a snack, little guy. You did well.
You did good. You did good.
You did good,
John
kid.
Jques, he's the guy that you've had on Sake and Sumo.
Yeah,
he's been on
God,
Sumo
I'll never
Kaboom.
forget that day.
Legend.
That guy he is every time any club or whatever like starts to whatever it is, any accomplishment, anything, he will dive in and be like, yes,
He's
encouragement. Here's
he's
some
a
advice
champion.
on what we did in like Hawaii in like the 1940s or whenever it was that
Yeah.
he was he's not that old. He's pretty old.
And I'd like to say,
Yeah.
John Jques sent this to me in the mail.
Oh,
Hey.
This is from 1984.
Oh.
And also, and what I didn't know, when I started opening up into it, well, actually, shout out to Siggy. I will she found it. I was like, I had several items that he gave, and like I was like, it's better to share the wealth. And like I was gifting to Corey and to Gilberto, like some of the things that I had, and I was like, you know what, it'd be awesome for them to have it as well, because everybody's got their their like wall of sumo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Of course.
but I open this up, or I'm sorry, Siggy opens this up. Check this out. I'm gonna go get this framed.
Oh yes.
It's a flyer from
wow.
God knows when. I don't know what year this was.
At the time they probably didn't bother putting the year on it. They
Yeah.
have like a
And it was a form, and it would say, the American Sumo League is coming to New York. And I mean, this is just old school. So it had to be
my
Frame
God.
history.
That's
kidding.
American
dude.
Sumo history
So-
right there.
American Sumo history. Exactly. So had Siggy not said that, she could have slipped away with this, but I was like, ooh, I feel like such, I was like, I feel like such a dick, but
Sorry.
Yeah,
I gotta
Siggy
take
can,
that back.
post a picture of that flyer on social media somewhere. I bet we can detective our way around to figure out what
Totally.
that's all about.
I've
Oh,
got to, and I'm sure Mr. Jques probably can say that, what the history was behind this, but bringing sumo to America, like probably in the 80s, this is nuts.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, and anyways, this book has a bunch of cool A bunch of cool stuff in there, like
Spotlight on Kanishki, it looks like.
Yeah, I was about to say, I
Yeah.
love
Yep.
the Kanishki spotlight.
all the Kaneshki stuff. Cool. The
Oh.
Akiba show action
Oh.
highlights. So this is really, really awesome. Anyways, I wanted to say that because Mr. Jques just
John Jques
continues
continuing to be a legend.
Yeah.
Dude is awesome. He is so
Yeah.
infectiously positive. Like even on
Mhm.
Facebook, never met him in person, but I love it when he comments on my posts on stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause He's just like,
Yeah.
"You're doing great." And I'm like, "Thank you." That
100%
means a lot.
enthusiasm. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, thanks, Dad. He's like the dad
Sumo
I
dad.
always wanted.
Yeah.
The positive one.
Positive one.
Anyways,
Oh man.
no therapy. Anyways, moving on.
We're gonna let that one stew. No. Yeah. So after the kids division, and Justin, if you do have to drop off, whenever
No,
whatever
it's
works
okay.
for you, but women's heavyweight was next, and
Mhm.
yeah, as long as you're here, Justin, tell us a little bit about the third place finisher, Alicia George.
Also a noob.
I
Yeah.
know. I again very proud, Papa. Like
Yeah.
so she's typically very timid. Like she's very quiet, very soft spoken, and in class, like she kind of like holds, but she's reserved. I knew it was always there. I knew it was like that fucking that Yokozuna fire was inside of her.
in there somewhere,
but
yeah.
she tends to be, oh, I don't want to hurt anybody, and this, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, stop giggling in the ring. Like,
Yeah.
Quit laughing.
This is literally the national
Hit that
champion of this
woman.
weight class.
There's
No
no
matter.
laughing in
Kellyanne
sumo.
can take everything you can give her.
And I think maybe she realized that, because I think she really Kelly took a real liking and helped her a lot at the Wednesday practice. And I think that I can't really speak for her, but I just saw something unlocked in her, because she was
Awesome.
she actually, Kelly took her off to the side and was just working with her one-on-one, and I think she took that to heart, and she's super serious. Like she was in our group chat and was just like, yo, Jackie,
When we have practice.
let's have practice. Like if you if you wanted a practice on an off day. That blew my mind when she said that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah, just
something
wait.
has unlocked.
I'm
Just
excited
wait
to watch her
until
development.
Eros comes back.
Oh.
Imagine the competition
There you
level
go.
Oh,
throwing up massive
know.
notches. If
I
Alicia is
know.
this into it,
Yeah.
once Eros is healed,
Yeah, shout out to
I
Eros
know.
who came out to visit. Even
got
though she's out with
goosebumps.
injury. But yeah, no, Eros. I make the similar reference every time we talk about it. But any women's heavyweight division that she's not participating in has like an Eros shaped asterisk next to it, right? Like,
yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Like not that Kellyanne's the national
Yeah,
champion and everything.
not to say anything bad about Kellyanne or your lady or any of the other heavyweight ladies out there, but
But yeah, Eros is definitely like I think Kellyanne's the only one that I've seen beat her in the ring outside of like international competition.
Oh yes, that is the only time that Eros has ever actually lost in America in open weight.
Okay.
And I think
Kellyanne took one
Kellyanne
match
took
off her,
Vegas?
but then Eros got her revenge
in Las Vegas.
I think.
yes,
Yeah,
in
in
Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so she was there cheering us on though for sure.
Oh, yeah.
it was good to see her again.
And she's
Um,
also another lovely person.
Yes.
She's also
And-
one of those
yeah,
people that
outside
in
the
the
ring.
ring, she is a warrier ready to destroy somebody. And then
Yeah.
as soon
And
as the
then
match is
outside-
over, oh my God, are you okay?
Oh my gosh,
Like,
yeah.
are you feeling okay?
That is very true. And Eros made it to the semifinals at
Semifinals,
Worlds, which nobody else did. Which
She did the best. I
Yeah.
can say for sure she did the best out of anybody
And
in weight classes.
yeah, I mean the fact she beat Kon Hyori, which
Yes.
she's a
Oh my
legend
gosh.
in the sport. She beat her. Like I was like, oh
Decisive victory.
Yeah, she didn't like sneak a victory out. She like blasted her out of the
It
ring.
was-
Yeah.
That was the second time I
Full
almost passed
blast.
off that day.
Remember, she came up, she said, did you guys like what you saw? And we're like, oh, yes.
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 Yeah, no kidding. So yeah, women's heavyweight though. Before we move on, real quick, shout out
Yeah, sorry.
to Jackie Savage. I believe her first time competing as well.
First time competing, and so Jackie is my other little like timid laugher. So it's always
Oh,
her.
she's
and,
lovely. I got to meet her at the bar afterwards too.
Mhm.
She is a lot of fun.
See that my girl Jackie is she's a nut. Like I love I love her to death. Ben knows, and we
Oh, she was the one I didn't get the chance to talk to. I was like, wait, I remember her now. I was like, darn it, she was sitting
tall
over
girl,
there, but
tall girl
yeah,
from Michigan.
She was real tall, and then Ben was on one side, Kyle came up, and then Matt Shields came up. I'm like, man, like, I was gonna go talk to her.
I have too many sumo friends, damn it.
Too many sumo friends.
And she's
from Michigan,
she's a comedian.
So
Yes.
I don't know if she's ever back in Grand Rapids. I hear that they
She-
have a pretty
she
cool
goes back
club
often.
going there.
Mm.
No,
Grand
hey.
Rapids,
No,
the Beer
sir.
City
Hey.
Open.
Wait a
Beer
minute.
City Open is coming up here.
She's
So
So anyway,
but no, the Beer City Open is coming up in Grand Rapids on October.
Yep,
1st.
October.
Oh yeah.
So, the
first or third.
the first and second are the Saturday and Sunday that there's official stuff going on. But I know Gabe has the Clay Dohio available
Yeah.
for like a couple of weeks of like
Which
an art exhibit.
it bums me. I'm gonna be in Japan at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That was one that I really wanted to see, and I'd like to get out of this heat. And
I can't promise the Midwest.
can't
is too much
promise
better.
that.
Yeah.
really?
Not that much better. It's better for sure, but not
Mm.
that much.
Not much.
Well, I it bums me out because the two, I was super excited to get tickets and roll up there.
Mhm.
So I'll be watching from Japan probably sometime at like midnight or something.
Mhm.
I can't say that we have confirmed yet how it's being streamed or recorded or whatever, but that's still in progress. We'll definitely
Please
look at
work
that
with
soon.
them. Please work
Yeah.
with them because
Oh no, I am working with them on the tournament. It's just a really difficult location.
there's no Wi-Fi or something.
It's like a little park area across the street from a bar that the bar is kind of like the host. We're working on it. We'll figure something out.
Have him get with Corey.
Yeah, Corey.
Corey's
for
helping out.
For,
That,
the
like-
Cowboy Cup was similar. Yeah.
Yeah, he blew my mind. I didn't know that you can have like these like high-powered portable packs of Wi-Fi. It might cost a little bit, but you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. What we can talk about it later. The main issue with those things is they often don't rent to individuals; they only rent to like businesses.
What?
I don't know. It's weird.
That's weird.
We'll get there. That's next month, though. We
Load it out to the
so
club.
much
That's
sumo
the
this
business.
month
How
to
much
figure out.
sumo?
And it goes without saying, but huge shout out to Nicole and Esty, who are always
Yes.
there for women's heavyweight.
Yay. And Esty, dude, she's a busy woman.
Yeah.
She had to go. She had to, and her boyfriend John David had
he
his
competed
first
for the
showing.
first time too.
Yeah, he was at light heavy. Just wanted to throw that one back.
Yeah.
And he's another one. Watch out for him. There is high potential in that man. I'm working hard to unlock it, and he's coming to every practice. Like
Excellent.
he is not dicking around.
You
He's
can
like,
tell that
I
he
like
was green,
this.
but he's definitely got
serious.
some. He's definitely got some athleticism to him, and yeah.
Give me a few months to mold him, and I'm saying I'm watch for nationals.
Excellent.
Anyways,
Men's
but
heavyweight. I'm
no,
sorry.
wait, no,
On Esty though.
Finish with Esty.
is a hard ass freaking worker. Homegirl did that tournament and then had to haul ass to San Antonio to do her pro wrestling. She sent us a video to go do her pro wrestling.
What?
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why
Wow.
she wasn't around for the medal ceremony, but she
that's
managed to bring
right.
home a silver medal in heavyweight, ended up in 4th in open weight, and then also did pro wrestling that
And
day.
then also did pro wrestling that day.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
We're
And-
all gonna try to go catch her. I think she's finally gonna do a show here. She does more shows in San Antonio, but she's gonna do a show here sometime in October. And so we'll hopefully make a video of that because
Do
we
it.
I
Local
mean we
pro
support.
wrestling is
Oh, yeah.
always a blast.
Isn't that awesome?
Small time pro wrestling.
So we're gonna try to get a nice little block of Dark Circle Sumo, and
Sure.
just go nuts, For once, we all just get to get drunk and watch someone else.
Watch someone else. Yeah.
Entertain me.
Fight for us.
So
So-
men's heavyweight, we can't cover every single topic because there's like 15 guys here. But let me just go down the roster to make sure we at least mention everybody that wrestled.
Yep.
Sumo Punks has to be said.
Wow.
Yes.
So Matt Jim was there. Stan the Panda traveled all the way from Spokane, Washington.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Stan.
Yep. We had the Garza brothers. We had Rick and Bubba there.
Yep.
The guys that decided while they were at a brewery watching a sumo demonstration. I don't know. We could do that.
Let's go do it.
And they did. They did it.
But yeah, they were both there. Kyle Ferreter, the sumo nomad, doesn't let sumo happen without him there. So of course he had to come down.
God, he's strong.
So
the
strong.
Della Torres, I don't think we mentioned Javier in lightweight, but
Yep,
Gilberto and Angel have
all
now
three were
suckered
there.
a third
Yep, all
Della
three were
Torre
there.
into sumo.
Sumo's a family affair.
Exactly. And then of course we had Drew Bramlett out of Dallas at heavyweight. We had your partner in Sake and Sumo podcasting. We had Caleb Backus, of course. And there was somebody else there.
I don't know. I think that was the end of the division, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Who
that's
it
right.
is.
Oh, I remember. It was Alex Ortiz out of Dallas. That's the
Oh,
other guy
yes,
I was
yes,
thinking
very
of.
good.
Yeah.
At men's heavy.
Caleb, Rick, Bubba, Paul Mitchell, Alex Ortiz,
Paul Mitchell,
Matt.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
you
Ben,
got them all.
you wrestled.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I did a little bit of wrestling. Nothing
dabbled,
much. Nothing
yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Just a
I'm
small amount.
pretty bummed that Neri from Arlington and
the
Khalil
Ronin
from
Rickshaws.
Dallas didn't they weren't able to come. Khalil told me why. I think he had a scheduling issue with his job. And like they were like, "You're showing up to work today, right?" He's like, "I asked off," and like so.
The hell, man.
Yeah, so
what?
that screwed me up. But I like that guy Neri, so I was really excited to see him come down. But I still don't know what the story is behind that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see. We had, I think, like 4, maybe 5 guys from that club at the Cowboy Cup.
Yeah.
And they're like a MMA, Sambo, I think is their main one. Jiu-jitsu.
Sambo
like
is
that
a big
gym
one.
does all sorts of fighting. And
Uh-huh.
all of their guys, I think every single guy from the club who debuted at the Cowboy Cup got a win. So I'm excited to see that club at more tournaments, but it didn't happen this time. And one other conflict, I don't know the story, but Sean Jackson wasn't able to make it.
Also, yes.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything, but he would have been absolutely in the conversation if he was there, because he is strong AF.
I was
strong.
I was hoping for that return.
The rematch with Ben,
Sean and Ben.
Open
yeah.
weight. Come on.
Well,
All right.
actually, the way the brackets rolled out, Sean was supposed to fight Khalil first.
Yeah, we had like a
Which-
double Fusen win. Like that would have been a great match, but like,
Yeah, I know.
suddenly, like, what do we do with the bracket now?
Slapfest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I looked
somebody
over
has to
at-
win.
I know. I said, I looked at what's his name? Tom. It was like, I don't know what you do here. And so we were like, oh shit, well, somebody has to win. So we just put a win on, on like Khalil or something, just to move the
Just to
brackets
change
along.
it.
The bracket had to move along, but yeah, nobody won. So yeah, Ben, I mean, we've talked a little bit about what it's like returning to the ring, but why don't you walk us through your matches?
All right. Yeah. First match against Drew. I've seen what he can do, and I was like, okay, I need to just be ready for anything. He's surprisingly like he's got the strength. He's got the strength. He's got everything like that. Of course, I was like, we were all buddy with each other beforehand, so always love.
He is also hilarious and a
hilarious.
super fun guy.
Yeah. But when I got
Massive
into that
nerd
ring,
as well. Yeah.
huge nerd, and I love that. He was listening to like the Final Fantasy 14 soundtrack, and I was like, "You're my kind of guy."
I think we might get along.
Yeah, but stepped into the ring. I was like, I entered, my Doomslayer mode, because I was listening to the Doom soundtrack the entire day. Exactly. And so I was like, okay, I just need to be ready for everything or for anything that he can do. Come off the Tachia, he lands a nice little elbow into my jaw.
He
and
did
I'm like,
too.
I'm like, okay.
But you took it.
I did.
Yeah.
I had to eat
Stayed
it.
focused.
Yeah, I took it, and then I was like, I don't think belt's gonna work on him. Just gonna push him out. Just try to push him out the best I can. As you can see, he tried to get under me, and I kind of tried to do a throwdown. Didn't work, and so that's when I just resorted to the pushing. But yeah,
Old-fashioned horsepower.
Oh yeah.
Certainly did the
Old-fashioned
trick.
Kept him on his heels.
Yeah.
And then next you drew
He
Caleb.
moved on to Caleb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oof.
I love those matches where it's like I there's so many people in sumo that I'm like really tight with, but I really like the matches where it like tears my heart out, and I see like
I said that in the mic too. I was like, yeah, my heart is getting torn asunder.
The opening match of heavyweight was between Matt Jim and Stan the Panda. So it's like we started off
again. I was like, why?
Heartbreak.
Why, sumo gods? Why?
The bracket wills it.
The bracket wills it.
Yeah, the bracket wills it. Somebody must be victorious.
Yeah. That one was a hard one.
The Caleb matchup.
The Caleb match.
Yeah. And then he moved on. Then lost to Gilberto. And then
feels like moving a mountain.
Yeah.
Well, Gil is a mountain.
That's a whole lot of guy for sure.
Yeah.
But then you climbed your you had your one loss and you had your redemption coming back in through the losers brackets, beating Rick, and then jumping to Angel.
The other
that's the one. That's the one that was the one that threw the mic away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, come on. You're gonna do it. Come
We're
on.
like, Justin, sit down.
I was like, screw the cameras.
I don't even care.
My boy.
Yeah. That's definitely a match that's gonna stick with me, and not in a negative way. I'm gonna use it as drive because I've already told myself next time.
You can say that you 80 to 90% beat him. Like I was it was just right there on the edge.
Yeah, I hesitated for too long, I think.
But yeah, Gil and Angel being your two losses is kind of like
respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
I mean, if you're not gonna return to the ring and go completely undefeated and set the world on fire, if you're gonna take the two losses, those are okay losses.
Take it from the top.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think once the emotions settled and like I was like, you know what, like those are not bad people to lose to. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like we were
No
talking about
shame.
in a debut tournament, similar idea of coming back from injury tournament. Like, it's but like you put up a huge fight in both of them, and nothing to be ashamed of there.
Yeah.
And that loss to Angel put you in 4th place.
Yep.
Just off the podium, but still like a hell of a return.
Respect.
Yeah.
Which pushed, I think
tell
that
us
pushed
about,
Angel. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, tell us how that the match ended and everybody panicked because you were on the ground holding a leg.
Yeah, so
I was confused.
I have watched the video like 5 or 6 times since then, and it is a totally normal fall.
It was clean. I was like,
clean
you
fall.
didn't trip over anything. You didn't twist. It was just
twisted,
a fall.
I don't know. I went down. I heard like a pop, and I was like, oh. Can I say?
Here we go again.
Justin's already done it. It's too late for it. For PG-13.
Like fuck, here we go again. And so like, I sat there for a second, and I don't know why. I just reverted to like primal instinct, and that was to strip my Mawashi off as fast as I could.
That was really weird.
Everyone was like confused. What hurts?
What?
Yeah,
what
like,
must get naked.
Yeah, I was like, get this thing off me.
Return
Must
to
be naked.
Yeah, but no, I heard the pop, and I was like, Angel like grabbed me to help pick me up. I was like, hold on, like my knee. I heard a pop, and he helped me straighten it out. He immediately knew what was going on. Like, props to him for helping me out. But
Angel wrestling with 2 knee braces.
Also knee braces.
He knows what it's like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I was just like, it was weird. I mean, obviously now as the week has progressed, it's starting to feel a lot better. So I'm hoping it was probably just a sprain or something like that. Or it's like something on my like MCL or PCL, something that heals by itself. But
like if it was your ACL or something, you wouldn't be walking around this week.
No.
Right?
Oh no, I would not be walking my
Yeah.
And I can like flex my quad and I can flex my calf, so that's a good sign that everything is still kind of intact in there.
It's all attached to each other.
Yeah,
something's attached in there. I'm not sure what.
Something's
like
attached,
still attached to the knee bone and all that. Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, so injury aside, what are you going to take away from this tournament as like what returning from the ring? What does this mean for you?
So from here, I mean, obviously, I know with this comeback and with those being my 2 losses, probably going to put a little bit of a target on my back. There's, people know like, okay, this guy can contend with these big names. And I'm like, okay, like I'm excited for that now
Okay.
because I'm
He's like, okay.
I'm always looking for my next challenge. That's the best way to put it.
And when we finally find out when and where the hell Nationals is going to be, that's
exactly
whole nother subject.
I am at least glad that everyone else is as confused as me. So
Yeah,
Totally.
everyone, but
everyone. Yeah,
I will say, I mean, JJ in San Diego and Corey wants to do one. Man, should I say these things? I don't know.
But
Yeah.
guys are putting together bids.
Guys are putting together bids.
We're getting
that's all.
Conversation is happening at least between the people who are interested in hosting. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, regardless though, Ben Marquez is definitely on the list to watch alongside like Delatorre's,
There's a target.
Kyle.
Jose
Like you said,
Lindo,
target on the
Kyle.
back.
Kyle
there's-
freaking Fairder.
all day, me
God.
and Kyle were talking to each other. He's like, I better see you in the finals. I was like, you're gonna see me there. And I'm so disappointed I didn't get to go against him. So
You would have
I would have
had you beat him. It'd have been you and Kyle fighting each other to try to jump back up
face
up
Gil
to
in the finals.
Gil.
Yeah.
But I mean, every single podium match, I guess the semifinals to the finals, I mean, every single match there was electric, high octane, just
Oh, the crowd was going nuts.
premium, just man meat slapping.
The impacts of that was just
Mhm.
insane.
Every
yeah.
division is exciting for lightweight is where you like want to like
The speed, the jump,
text-
Yeah,
the trips.
the speed, you like toss your phone away so that you can focus and like analyze
'Cause
and
it's
stuff
over.
like that.
Because it's fast.
It's
just-
fast and
You're
it's
like, what?
technical and
Wait,
it's
what just
tricky.
What
happened? Right
just?
there?
I was like, but you know, catch. Like
Guys like-
how did who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys like Joe Ponsetto, somehow like his limbs are wrapped around something in a way that doesn't make sense to me. And
Mhm.
but you get to heavyweights and it's just like you revert to
Raw
primal caveman, like
power.
yeah.
Yes,
Let's
it's
see- these are
Man
like
meat
two-
slapping.
I just want to see two giants like just beat the crap out of each other. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. And
Yeah.
there's absolutely still technique, but it's there's more like
It's different.
spectacle. Yeah,
It is
it's
different.
different.
It is different.
Yeah.
exactly.
Guys,
yeah,
I do
speaking
have to jump off.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I
So we'll talk about
apologize.
open weight and all
I
that.
know,
But
I know. Y'all keep it going. Keep it
Get
going.
out
Yeah,
of here. Go
absolutely.
do your thing.
I gotta go surf sake for 10 hours.
see you at practice tomorrow.
Do you have practice tomorrow?
There you go.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Nope.
Love
okay,
you.
Wait,
love
wait.
love you.
Real quick, Justin,
Oh,
what's your karaoke song?
My karaoke song is Radiohead by Creep. Or no, Creep
by
Radiohead.
I know what you meant.
Womp womp womp.
Oh,
That is
gosh,
that
even
one-
one.
gotta go.
blows the karaoke question. That's the gimme.
I can shut the house down with that one.
Absolutely, you can. I can
Yeah.
contest, I can confirm.
And I can
Okay.
hit all the high notes and hold them. I promise.
Attaboy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll hold you to that sometime.
We'll see one day.
Yes.
I was gonna say, Jake, we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah. We'll see depending on how I'm feeling. If I have to dig out my secret weapon of Kelly Clarkson, that's when shit gets real.
Okay.
But yeah, you run along, do your thing where you get money and like can afford rent and whatever. And me and Ben and Mac will
That-
finish
that
off the
lane
open
thing.
weight division here.
All right,
Thanks
y'all
again
have
for
fun.
joining us, Justin.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, so let's talk
Alrighty.
about women's open weight here. We had most of the same competitors as earlier in the day, and Kellyanne did Kellyanne things, and
Continue to do Kellyanne things.
I love watching her wrestle.
Uh-huh.
After getting to meet her and like I actually talked to her here in Austin and just watching what she does, it was awesome to see because she is really just a great wrestler and it really shows like the training and the heart that she puts into it. I love watching it.
She and Gilberto definitely like winning their heavyweight divisions and getting into the open weight as well here, like more so than anybody else that we saw on the day. Those two are just like immovable.
Yes.
They are just like this monolith of
Power.
patient,
and strength.
technical power that like you could do anything you want, but it's not going to move me. So yeah, and that showed again in open weight with Kellyanne because damn.
Yeah. They
go
just,
ahead.
They do work. That's the best way to put it. Everyone wrestled. I mean, I think at their peak today, last weekend, but yeah, they just were on another level.
When California sends their heavyweight delegations, they are definitely there to bring home the hardware. So
yes, definitely.
And we at the bar afterwards, Kellyanne was holding her her cup trophy. And we made her take a shot out of it. That was hilarious.
Yes, that was hilarious. About it. Also, shout out to her for bringing the BioFreezely after party. Cut my knee, feeling good.
There you go. Nice. But yeah, so it was the Kellyanne show again in first place. She kicked butt. But we did have it wasn't just a repeat of heavyweight, which is good. You don't want to,
which is always great.
Same thing again. We had Liesl took a win. Let's see, Nicole. I know Nicole wasn't super happy with not being on the podium in heavyweight, but she ended up in second place in open here.
Took second.
Yep.
Which she got two cracks at Kellyanne. Couldn't get her out of the ring, but yeah, that's especially the experience of getting to match up 2 times officially.
Yeah.
For somebody that you don't get to face every day. So. Alicia George from heavyweight also competed, also got let's see, she got a win. That's Esty was there, like we mentioned earlier. She got fourth.
Yep.
But the big fun surprise.
I love this. I love this
again. The Jones sisters. Caitlin and Natalie both competed. Natalie ended up in third place.
Yes.
And not that it wasn't like, not that their division was, invalid by having just the 2 of them face off against each other, but it was excellent to see them in these competitive matches to, have a yardstick, not just seeing what they're like against each other. So
it really showed their heart and their great. And I gotta just gush over all of the Dallas people that showed up, because I was so proud of all of them. Like they came and they kicked ass, no matter in what weight class. And I loved watching them all just perform, and I was like, these are people that I'm happy to compete with. And
exactly. And I don't think I've met anyone from the Dallas club that isn't also just a barrel of laughs. And
yes,
exactly. I love hanging out with them.
Yeah.
They're so
the rest
fun.
of you clubs are dicks, but I like Dallas guys. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
But no, it was a fun open weight division. Just because Kellyanne ended up on the podium in both divisions doesn't mean that they were the same thing. So
no.
Open weight was fun. And again, just a little selfish happy for Nicole doing outdoing her heavyweight performance. And
exactly.
I think that means that she's probably going to stay in the lead for Texas State champion.
Yeah, I think she took it and just ran. I don't think there's anyone close to her right now.
I think Esty is one of the
Esty
and Liesl, I think, are both up there. I don't know. Check out the American Sumo newsletter that we put out every other month, and the Texas State champion standings is always going to be in there. That's something that I definitely want to keep in the spotlight, because it's the only state that has that.
Correct.
Yeah. Next year I'm coming for it. Not this one.
Do it. Heel. Ben.
Heel.
Heel,
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Yeah. Heel.
So the main event, if you will, the men's open weight. Wow. For one. And Ben, you did the wise thing and sat out of that one.
Yep, I withdrew. Unfortunately, I was going to get a rematch with Caleb. Very sad I didn't get to have
would that have been your opening match or something?
It would have been my opening match with Caleb, and I was over on the side, and I was like, "I'm sorry, Caleb, I love you. I'm sorry."
Oh, that's funny.
Now, what I liked about this one was there was such a high roster of participants with this one that it was single elimination. And I know some people are
like 29 people or something like that.
Right. And I know normally it's like, okay, we want to make sure everybody gets their matches in. But again, what I love so much about the open weight is that's as pure as you can get to the Japan circuit, where it's just one and done. It's one and done, and it's a mix of everybody's skills. It's like, this was just another step closer because there were so many participants in the men's division. I'm like, yes.
Nonstop. All the Marquez brothers got the De La Torres too.
I did notice that. I was like, ooh.
And we didn't do a seeded pool or anything. It was just toss it in there, see what happens, which, I mean, that in my opinion, that's the best way to do open weight.
Oh yeah.
Like we mentioned before, it's like less formal. It's still like important. It's still like, one of the most fun things to do, but it's like, it's less formal than weight classes usually.
Yeah.
So just tossing everybody in there and just see what happens. I like
The meat
that.
grinder.
The meat grinder.
Exactly. Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
But yeah, so we went to single elimination because there were so many people in there, and
Which awesome.
Yep. And it ended up, why don't we just go like the first 2 rounds, like just because we would be here all day. I don't want to cover every single match.
Yeah.
But we get to the quarterfinals, and Justin decided to participate, which I that was awesome. I could tell all day that he was itching to get in the ring. And yeah, I wish we would have covered this earlier so that he could have talked about that experience. But yeah, he felt a little cooped up running brackets and running the event, and he did a spectacular job of it. But I could tell he was itching for this weight class to get in there. So yeah, that's right. Me and you, Ben,
we ran
reunited after
you were
our
doing
Cowboy
the
Cup bracketology.
Exactly.
So we got on the desk there and ran through the bracket there. But yeah, that freed up Justin to get in the ring, and he got a win over Gordon Cooper, that new light heavyweight guy prospect there. And then ran into the brick wall of Kyle Farrader.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a wall.
That's a hard one to run into.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so Kyle took that one to move on to the semifinals. We had a brother versus brother matchup. We had Gil versus Angel in another quarterfinal. Gil took that one. But yeah, those guys, it's just the curse of being really good at sumo is that you're going to run into your brother.
The same people over and over and over again.
I think that happened to the Garzas in heavyweight too. They had a brother,
a brothers match.
Yep. Let's see. So Gil took that one to move on to the semifinals. Then we had Rick Garza. Rick got a couple wins to move on to face Eric Wynn. And Eric just continuing his light heavyweight.
Eric doing Eric things.
Absolute locomotive.
Path of destruction.
Yeah, leaving just corpses and pieces of the ring in his wake. But yeah, he took out Rick. Rick absolutely like put up a good fight and all that. But yeah,
absolutely.
Eric was still like destiny, at this point. Yeah. And in the other quarterfinal, we got to see Edibo face off against national champ Joe Ponsetto in a lightweight rematch, and Edibo took it again.
Yes,
that
is.
Damn. Again, we'd be here all day if we just wanted to talk about how good we think he is doing.
Yeah,
we did have a little comedy in the open weight, and that was with Mr. Justin Jones, who lost one of his matches by Slippy Otoshi, as coined by the great Kintamayama.
Yeah. Oh man, he was. I'm glad it was in open weight because it didn't like that less formal than the lightweight where he ended up getting a medal there. In open weight, he just went off the tachi and just went straight onto his face.
Straight onto.
Yes.
Poor guy.
A true Slippy Otoshi.
Yep. But what that meant is that our semifinals were Kyle Farrader versus Gil Delatorre and Eric Wynn versus Edibo Kenyeha. So we had a heavyweight finals rematch. And then we had North Carolina versus North Carolina in the battle of undefeated. Neither guy has lost at this point in the day.
Yeah.
Undefeated prospects out of North Carolina just kind of like busting in out of nowhere and deciding, I guess we're just going to take the day.
Said, hey, we want it. And they took it.
We want it.
Yep. So Gil took the rematch over Kyle. I think that makes him 2-0, maybe 3-0. Did they face off twice in heavyweight? Either way, Gilberto went undefeated against Kyle, which is probably his biggest competition outside of his brother that that we've seen him against in the past. So yeah, big day for Gil there. He moves on to the finals. And then when you have two undefeated absolute masterclass performances out of two guys in different weight classes, it's not super surprising that Eric took the win over Edibo,
but that
2 weight classes bigger than him.
That strut, that smile Eric had as he just stared at Edibo. I'm like, I
was telling him in the bar that night, I was like, man, you just walk around with like so much like just swagger and like you're a character with it. Like
that's Vegeta. That's
Vegeta.
The Vegeta pride.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Eric took the North Carolina versus North Carolina matchup. So we then have the losers of those 2 matchups go to the bronze medal match. So Kyle versus Edibo, and Kyle took that one.
Mhm.
And that means that the last two guys for the final match of the day, it was Gil versus Eric, and it absolutely delivered. But
Absolutely.
it's one of those where, similar to like the women's divisions, yes, Gil ended up gold for both of them, but that doesn't mean it was the same thing again.
Exactly.
So
Exactly that. Yeah.
now Gil took that one, and that means that there were a total. Oh, I think I misspoke earlier. That means that there were 3 total losses on the North Carolina team.
Yep, there you
So
go.
I
3
guess
total.
they're fine. Yeah,
They're fine. Whatever.
3 losses on the
3
day rather than
losses.
2, whatever.
And one against each other.
Yeah, because one of them was against
Because
each
one
other.
had to fight the other.
One of them has an asterisk a little bit, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, no, I'm excited for those guys. I'm excited for all of the clubs, but they were like for me, they were like the surprise. I wasn't expecting to go home seeing half of the men's gold medals going home to North Carolina.
Yeah.
It was a surprise, just because we don't see those guys travel as much. But yeah, I'm super happy that they both showed up, because
Like you said, they
showed
took
up.
home more hardware than wrestlers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh damn. Just excellent performance from those guys. I can't wait to see some of their other wrestlers. Can't wait to see where they go from here, because I know that neither of those guys are like long-term veterans. They still got room to grow, and
Oh yeah.
it's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be a scary time when they hit full peak. Because I mean, even now, I mean, they're still learning, and
Yeah.
they're already this dominant and this like great. Yeah, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, the one difference I'll say between their weight classes, Edibo definitely got, I think, other than like maybe Josh Crook, he's gotten like, we had like everybody, every big name in the lightweight division. Well, not every big name, but like if I could pick a pool to put a prospect against to see how good they really are, this is like pretty much what I would have picked for Edibo. It would have been absolutely delivered against the best guys in his division.
Absolutely.
So that is excellent. Eric, on the other hand, despite excellent performance, there were a couple big names missing from his division that would be useful yardsticks. So like Andrew Roden wasn't there.
Yep.
Danny Avila wasn't there. Cornelius Booker, the reigning national champ, wasn't there.
Jose wasn't there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jose at heavyweight.
No,
sure,
but I just like seeing him in the open weight.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. No, that's a fair point. It wasn't quite as deep of a field, so it's still impressive, but it just doesn't tell us as much, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it's not as much information as we would have gotten, like we did about Edibo. And yeah, Eric certainly delivered on everything that he possibly could have on the day.
Yeah.
I also just wish I could have had more
exciting,
more of those light heavyweight matchups, because I also want to see Jared against some of those other names from outside of Texas.
Absolutely. Yeah. What is it? Andrew Tanabe was telling me, he said Samuel ended up getting the guy he wanted to go against, and then Andrew got the guy he wanted to go against. So they're like, we should have just swapped names for the day.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been funny. So who would those have been? Was that like Sam going against Angel? And then
So Andrew wanted Eric, and then Sam wanted Jared.
Oh, I see. Like in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, in the light heavyweight division. They were Samuel's been gunning for Eric, or not Eric, for Jared for a minute now since he slipped.
That's right. Was that which tournament was that?
That was the Mighty Eagle Classic, where he took second because of the slip. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like his only loss in the round robin was because he slipped on the Tachiai against Jared. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, that I would love to see that one run back. That's awesome.
That'd be a good one to see.
But so that takes us through the tournament. Any other particular matchups or events that we didn't cover here? Because I mean, we've been going for
I think we hit them all.
While now.
I think we've hit them all almost. Yeah. It was a great day, great matches. Loved the competition.
Smooth. Everything was. Justin did a spectacular job organizing. I would I want to grab him by the collar and shake him and say, delegate.
Exactly.
But he definitely made use of all the extra hands he had available. And yeah, it went off with basically no hitches. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Now,
it
another-
was impressive.
Another question I had for you, Ben. What did you think of the raised doyo? Because this was the first tournament where we actually had a raised doyo to compete with. How did you guys think about that? Or what did you guys think about that?
Initially, I was a little bit nervous. I was thinking more of my knee more than anything else. That
You
was
don't wanna
it.
fall off of
Fair,
it.
fair
Yeah.
enough.
But I mean, once I got up there, I was like, one, there's enough room to where if I'm going down or if my momentum is too fast, I have enough room to stop before I fall off the side.
Mhm.
And like, I was very mindful of that. Even when I was wrestling, I was like, I don't want to push anyone off the side here. I'd feel awful if that happened.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, after the first match and getting up there during warm-ups and everything like that, I was like, this isn't bad. It's a foot. Like it's
Mm.
I
It
feel
was-
taller.
It's not the
Yeah.
3 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
3 feet.
exactly. And there was a couple feet on each side. The stage was definitely bigger than like the pro dojo that you have in your mind.
Mhm.
Like there's some space there. There's, we don't have
Yeah.
to like follow tradition to the point of getting people hurt. We
Yeah, no.
gave it some space.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
and
it
we-
made I thought that it made you guys look like superstars. It made it look
Absolutely.
like much more, especially having the ring apron of sponsors on the front of it too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Looked so professional, looked so slick, so yeah, like legit,
A
this
full
is
event.
an
Like
event.
this
Yeah.
is a real event.
I felt so professional and like getting to step up there, like, I would like step and I'd like try to make it as loud of an impact up there as I could
Yeah.
for just like the yeah.
We got to get a microphone under the ring next time to
Yes,
like pick out,
exactly.
like pipe out a little bit of that
that
thunder.
noise. Yeah.
But and by the way, you stepped up on that ring in your fabulous bright red Mawashi.
Yes.
Mhm.
That looked excellent.
It was, yeah. I told Justin, I was like, we're gonna turn heads with this one. Like I was
Well, and something I've always appreciated about with the amateur side, like when the clubs can find all, like Dallas has those beautiful purple Zekin.
Zekin.
Kellyanne had another beautiful wash. I'm loving seeing
Yeah.
these colors starting to pop. I mean,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with gray or black or white because
Mhm.
that's what we have. But I love that we're starting to get more color coming in. And you dyed yours. Is that correct?
Correct. Me and Justin, after a practice, we spent pretty much all Sunday dyeing it. It was 2 bottles of Rit dye and lots of White Claws.
Oh man, Well, yeah, it turned out so. Like, yeah, I guess if you're out there and you got a white Mawashi that you don't want to be white anymore, reach out to them Dark Circle folks or
They
or
know what to
Kellyanne,
do.
'cause, Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They looked great, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see more colorful stuff, make it feel a little bit more like pro sumo.
Definitely. Yeah.
Black and white are also good. I really enjoy the aesthetic of like Ohio. They have plain
Yes.
white, but they also have like red Zekins and
The red Zekin.
Yeah.
yeah, but and same with Dallas. They go with like the all black aesthetic, but with the bright pink.
The Zekin, yeah.
Yeah, the
Mm.
Zekins again.
And it just, yeah, the color contrasts very well on that. Looks very nice. I know Sam, my little brother, was telling me, he said he's gonna buy a white one so he can dye it. He's gonna try and do a purple similar to Kellyanne's.
Oh, cool.
Because he's like, see, like now that I can see what it looks like in person, he's like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, real quick before we ended up here, I did want to mention the after party real quick because there's a couple of cool things that are coming out of that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
well, first and foremost, awesome party. It was a lot
Awesome.
of fun.
Totally.
So much
Justin,
fun.
the bar that Justin is running off to go work at right now, it's a great place.
That place was
Super
packed
hip.
and
There's
Packing.
food
jumping.
everywhere. There's
Popping.
food trucks like on like every like you can't like walk 10 feet in that neighborhood without bumping into a food truck.
Mhm.
But the thing that was kind of unique about it was Justin also hosted some photography from David Rios, who's somebody that we're gonna work with a little bit, try and get some of his photography in our newsletter and stuff like that too, because like
Mhm.
he's got some really good shots,
Amazing
especially
shots.
in Texas. He's been following around and getting good photography for what, like a year or so now, something like that.
Mhm. Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
No, he Yeah, those shots were beautiful. I loved looking at those pictures at the after party. Even though I couldn't walk very much, I was like, I'm gonna stand up and walk for these.
We didn't want you to walk. We wanted you to stay down.
I know, I couldn't stay down. I was like a kid on sugar, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he killed it. I'm excited to see the pictures he took at the Consulates Cup too.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he was
because-
working for sure. He was all over.
Yeah, and he was sitting right next to my mom for half the tournament, and he was like showing her the pictures and all that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I can only imagine just the great shots he took. So it's gonna be awesome to see those, and just I'm already in love with what he's done and what's showcased already in Texas sake.
Excellent.
Well, the
Yeah,
other
no,
big
it's-
highlight at Texas Sake, of course, their sake. I mean,
Yes.
just
Oh,
delicious.
I guess that
gosh.
was all right too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am happy that especially that it is the bar that Justin works at and manages
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I'm happy that, you know, they had a good night.
Yeah,
they made
no.
some money off of us for sure.
Lots
They
of
definitely
bottles
did.
gone.
Worth every penny.
Lots.
hmm
Oh yeah.
And especially as it got later on in the night, I think at least Angel would occasionally just like grab a bottle and just like go refill people's drinks around them.
He
Just-
did
just
that a
wander
couple
Yes,
times.
around.
It was
he
like,
did it.
I think he did that like
where'd he
twice.
go?
It's like, well, I guess I have to drink it now.
Oh darn! Yeah.
Oh no.
No, that was great time. And every time that I travel to Texas, it gets a little bit cooler. A little not cooler.
Not cooler.
It
Weather
definitely
cooler,
seems like it's
weather-wise,
getting
yeah.
hotter. It gets a little bit more developed, and like we said, with the raised dohyo, with like the streaming and stuff. Every tournament gets a little bit better, and it's super fun to be along for the ride here. So
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think
keep inviting us down for sure.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
absolutely.
Yes, please.
I'm
But,
always excited to see y'all when y'all come down.
We love
as
we
well.
love
It
interacting
is,
with everybody. We love seeing everyone.
it is kind of weird that like me and Mac have like 100 more friends than we did like 1 year ago. when we
Right?
started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
It's almost like a challenge at this point to like keep up with people and like say hello to everyone that we want to and spend time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. It's such a, like I said, we're along for the ride and it is a blast. So
Yes.
Great signs of
Um,
growth though.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
everywhere you look, and one of the best places to look for that growth is Dark Circle Sumo.
Yep.
In particular, watch the 2022 Consulates Cup on their YouTube channel. They also have practices on YouTube, all sorts of good photography and stuff like that on Instagram. Just Dark Circle Sumo. Search for it on whatever, they're out there.
You'll find us.
You'll find
them. That's kind of the idea, you know, of a social media game, is to not be secretive about it.
Mhm.
Real quick, I wanted to give a partial shout out to the Shogeki guys. They
Yes.
were also
Yeah.
there too. It's like, wait, well, I know we didn't talk about you guys a whole bunch, but
Mhm.
thank you so much for coming out. Love seeing Nick Ton. Love seeing the guys from that new club.
Paul.
So if you don't think Texas Sumo is growing,
Yeah,
there were at least 4 or 5 clubs just in Texas there alone.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't bring up Shogeki just because there was so much to cover, but yeah, Jacob wrestles at lightweight. I think he might have been the only one competing because Nick and Paul
Aren't
were
able
sitting
to.
They were
out for,
injured. They were
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah. But that is the next big tournament in Texas, the one that Shogeki hosts at the Tokyo Night Festival in Houston.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
November, I think it is the 12th.
November 12th. Yep.
Whatever day
Awesome.
that Saturday is. But and I might be able to get down there for that one.
Jury's
that'd
still
be
out
pretty
for me. I
cool.
can't decide
That'd be
just
pretty
yet.
cool.
What
there's
you
not-
do?
There's we're scraping the bottom of the travel budget barrel. I can tell you that. But
That's why I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I got to run some numbers
But
and
I
get
would
permission
love
from my
to.
wife.
either way, though, Ben, if people are looking to follow you in particular, where can they find you on social media?
Absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at Ben_Marquez73. That's one of
year
the
you
places
were
you'll
born,
find
right?
me. Yeah, the year I was born, 1973.
51-year-old Ben Marquez.
Yeah, 51 years old. I know I don't look it. I
Looking
know.
good.
Looking good. But yeah, you can find me there. You can find me on Twitter at Ben_Marquez_77. I just post little funny jokes on there. I'm a little, funny little goofy guy on Twitter. So
One of my favorite shit posters to follow on Twitter for sure.
definitely.
Oh well.
So-
All right. Well, last thing here as we wrap up. What's your karaoke song?
My karaoke song is Baka Mitai by Takia Kuroda.
Ooh,
I don't know it by name. Is it like
don't
an
know
anime
that
theme song
one.
or something?
So it comes from the Yakuza series. It's
Okay.
It's a song about heartbreak, but it's such a fun one to sing. It was a little bit of a meme a couple years ago, but I learned that song word for word, and that's my go-to karaoke.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm gonna have to
would
look
love
that up
hear
now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds awesome. I don't think I've ever played that series of games, but they look pretty cool.
They're fun. Definitely recommend them.
Well, thank you for joining us for about twice as long as we were planning,
Yeah.
Ben.
See, this is what happens when we get with our friends from
Exactly.
all the different amateur sumo clubs. Like we just talk, and it's
Just talk.
wonderful.
Exactly. Justin
Time
was
flew
the only
by.
one on a strict deadline, so the rest of us, once he was gone, and then we get right back into rambling mode.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Ben. We will see you again soon, but it has been a blast covering the tournament that was apparently only a week ago.
Only a week
I know.
ago.
That is
Feels
so
like,
weird.
yeah.
All righty. Well, GSB signing off. How did we start the other episode that was so cringy, Mac?
No, I'm not. I don't.
I thought I
no.
might get you to say, all right.
No.
Well, we're out of here. Thanks again, Ben. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you for listening to Grand Sumo Breakdown. Until next time,
Throw your salt high.
and keep moving forward.